Yo, what's up guys? CastnBlast back with some more Town Hall 9 content. Today we're coming at you with something I should have done a long time ago, but you know, I watched my clanmates do it and it's great against some of these bases. It's the witch slap. I didn't come up with it. I don't even know who came up with it, so I didn't want to show it. But man, I sure enjoy watching the odd uses for healers lately on P.E.K.K.A.s, on witches, on bombers. No, not bomber, but on whatever you want. They're just working nice, especially with people in this new meta base builds with tight air defenses here and here and nothing really protecting anything else. It's just exposing bases to so many different fun troop compositions. I thought I would go over some replays on some of my friends here. So you have a couple different compositions you can go to it, but your main troops are obviously your witches and your healers for them, and then troops to run through the middle. Now, of course, with Witch Slap, you're gonna need some beefier 20 plus troops to be super effective on max bases. You got to get in there and do some damage, and then your witches are just gonna chew around the base beautifully. So you see, deploys witches, and now it's always good to deploy witches a little stutter step. Don't just throw all three of them down real quick, because they'll deploy skeletons at different rates. Just a little tip I've always done. Agree to disagree if you disagree, but it works out for me. So he puts witches on each side. You know, they get skelly spawning up there, and then he brings it, once that funnel's cut pretty good, he brings his heroes, his bowlers in the CC, throws in a jump for them, some rages, and as you can see, his witches are just going to continue around with those healers. Now, some of them went inside, you know, and there's his heroes on the inside with the bowlers chewing right through that middle. And as they're tanking, the witches are just going around eating up troop or buildings, and healers are keeping them nice and healthy. Even if his heroes die off and he loses a lot of that tank out of the middle, it should be no issue. He got rid of the 2 air defenses on one side, and he doesn't have to worry about a single air defense until he gets to the backside. And as the witches keep spawning up skellies, you know, they'll keep on tanking in front of the witches a lot of the fire, and the healers are just going to simply keep them healed. And that's it. It's a fairly simple attack. You know, if I can be so brazen as I think it's fairly boring a lot of the times, but it's effective. It's fun to watch. Skellies everywhere, and you know, it can be very effective against the meta, and it's a different style of attack. And kind of like I went over in the last videos, guys, if you're not learning something new and trying something different and keep on practicing these different mixed attacks, you're behind the ball game. You're going to get left in the dust every time the meta changes. So we'll take a look at a couple of them though. So once again, main troop set, he's looking at 10 witches every time, using a golem with his heroes, bowler in the middle. He brings 2 jumps to keep his troops moving through the middle, a rage and a heal. Poisons for the CC, and his witches just need healers for him. So it's fairly simple troop composition. You know, not a lot of moving mechanics. If you can tank and you can cut funnels and you know where you're going, kind of how to enter the base and take out the most air defenses and damage or CC heroes with your troops, your witches are just going to do the rest. They're going to keep healed, and as they keep on spawning skeletons at different rates, it's going to keep a lot of the point defenses sidetracked, definitely at the beginning. If the skeletons all bunch up and die at the same time from splash defense, you do have some problem with point defenses redirecting over onto the witch. But besides that, you don't have an issue. They just simply cannot kill all those skellies fast enough to redirect over to your witch and do some damage. This CC has a hound in it. Not an issue. His queen went to the side. He lost his healers up top. But as you can see, the witches just keep on spawning skeletons, and everything just keeps redirecting towards them, even up top with no heals going on them right now. So all the skeletons spawning, the queen and cannon, they're just sitting there shooting one after another, and they're not going to shoot long enough. It's kind of like a checkers game, you know, or something. They just keep shooting a skelly, as the witches in back just keep wearing things down, and all those extra skellies are wearing holes in the wall, and the witches are shooting across the wall, slowly chipping away at that defense. It's just a simple game back and forth, and the base is not going to win. And it's frustrating on defense a lot. Funny to watch when it's your team doing it, because man, you can have 6 defenses left at the end and maybe just 3 witches, and you're like, my base has got this. 3 witches left, they're half dying, and I got 6 defenses. Game over. Those witches have, but all the skeletons spawning, you can see even this X-bow cannot keep up with the skeletons. They eat through the wall and through the X-bow way faster than you can possibly take them down. And it's frustrating if it's your base, but it's a definite fun attack to do. So I showed you one way of taking down the meta base, the new anti-air, anti-bolo, whatever. You know, the opposite air defenses and just empty. So you have safe runs with your healers for such a long time. It's just out of every base build that comes, you know, we saw base builds as soon as loons got OP, and we saw everyone go into these 80 island, you know, bases made in the CWL like this, and it's a lot of players can get caught up attacking one way, but then there's always going to be that shift, you know, whether it be, all right, we're going to have to send a kill squad to kill this queen, take out the CC, and then do my next attack. And that was the way to do it for so long that it's taken a while for people to think outside the box. All right, screw that. What if, you know, I send witches around with healers? Let's see what happens. You know, what if we don't take the CC and the queen out? We just pull the CC and we let the troops inside kill the queen, all the loons and pups and everything. You know, it's these outside ideas that keep on working, and the bases will change or change to defend one thing. Well, air's OP. We're going to switch it. So yeah, you go ahead and kill all my air defenses. You didn't even touch 90% of my base or my heroes. Okay, so leave all your air defenses on the other side. You're going to leave the base open for different types of walks. You know, witch slap, which I would call it a witch walk. I mean, you got the P.E.K.K.A. walk. So you're opening your base for both of these, and I'm going to do a P.E.K.K.A. walk video as well, just to show you guys there's a lot of attacks in this meta right now you can do, but loons are still here, guys. Loons are still here. And the game mechanics with loons that not a lot of people are talking about is that loons are smoother now, almost too smooth. They had to change the mechanics because loons, they don't stutter step anymore. They fly out of defense. The defense is down. They fly somewhere new. So I hope that makes sense. But there's some fun attacks with those witches, you know. Find your air defenses. If they're split, you know, 2 here, 2 here. Take out those 2. Let the other 2 go for the end. If they're like this, just do the rest of the base before you get there. You know, you got all these options right now that you can use to your benefit. So hope you guys like it. Press like and subscribe. Ask me questions if you got them. There's a little witch slap for you. And I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at CastnBlastCOC. And I'll see you guys next time.